I'm building toward $100,000 per year in dividend income. Right now, I'm at 70,000. That's 70% of my goal. I'm 47 years old, and I'm 1 year away from completely replacing my $85,000 salary with passive income. That's my reality right now. Not a projection, not a promise. Just math. That works every single month. And I want to show you exactly how I got here and why you're closer to this than you think. The different equation. Most people my age are calculating how many years until 65. How many more performance reviews? How many more commutes? How many more Monday mornings? I'm calculating how many months until I don't need my job. That's a different equation entirely. And once you see the difference, you can't unsee it. Here's what nobody talks about. Your salary has a ceiling. Your boss decides it. The market decides it. HR decides it, based on some spreadsheet you'll never see. Your dividend income, it doesn't have a ceiling. One requires your time. The other works while you sleep. One stops when you stop working. The other compounds, whether you're working or not. That's the pattern nobody talks about. Because if everyone understood this, the 40-year productivity model falls apart. Before we go further, if you value seeing how systems actually work, and you want information most people don't get until it's too late, subscribe. This channel exists to show you what's really happening. Not hype, just patterns. The stuff that changes how you see money and time. Because what I'm about to show you, most people never discover. And the ones who do, they don't talk about it because it threatens the system. The system isn't designed for you to escape. Let me be very clear about that. It's designed for you to stay productive until you're too old to enjoy freedom. 401ks that lock up your money until 59 and a half. Mortgages timed to end right around retirement. Social Security kicking in at 65. All of it. Engineered to extract maximum productivity from your 30s, 40s, and 50s. The years when you actually have energy. The years when your kids are young. The years when you can still travel without a walker. This isn't conspiracy, it's just how the machine works. But that doesn't mean you have to. The hidden cost of waiting. Here's what they don't tell you about waiting. Every year you delay it will cost you 2 to 3 years of freedom on the back end. That's the compound cost of time. You work an extra year now, you lose 3 years later, and you can't negotiate for more. You can't buy it back. The 40-year plan asks you to trade your 30s, your 40s, your 50s for money you'll spend when you're older and slower. That's the hidden cost nobody calculates. Because if they did, they'd realize the deal is terrible. The script you're following. Most people believe this. If I work hard and save diligently, the system will reward me eventually. That script was written by the system. It keeps you working longer than necessary. It keeps you from asking the one question that breaks everything. What if I don't have to wait? Once you ask that question, the entire 40-year model falls apart. Like a house of cards, just collapses. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was 35, making decent money, doing everything right, maxing out my 401k, saving 15%, following the plan. And then I did the math, actually did the math. And I realized I was on track to retire at 63, maybe 65 if the market didn't cooperate. That's 30 years from now. 30 years of meetings, 30 years of commutes, 30 years of asking permission to take vacation. And I thought, there has to be another way. The math they hide. Traditional advice says you need 25 times your salary to retire. For me, that would be $2.1 million. That number feels impossible. It keeps most people working until 65 because they can't imagine hitting that target. It's too big, too far away. Here's what changed everything for me. I'm doing it with $466,000. Not $2 million, not even $1 million. 466,000. Because I'm not relying on balance. I'm relying on income. I'm not waiting to draw down $2 million over 30 years, watching my net worth shrink every month, wondering if I'll run out. I'm generating $70,000 a year in cash flow, right now, today, this month, and I only need 566,000 total to fully replace my salary. That's the math they hide. Because if everyone knew you could replace your salary with 566,000 instead of 2 million, the entire financial services industry would collapse. What we know for certain. Here's what we know for certain. High-yield dividend ETFs pay monthly distributions. They've done it for years, through recessions, through market crashes, through every crisis the news tells you to panic about. What we suspect. Most people never discover this because it threatens the 40-year productivity model. If everyone knew you could replace your salary with 566,000 instead of 2 million, if everyone knew you could retire at 40 instead of 65, who would stay in jobs they hate? Who would work 60-hour weeks? Who would skip their kid's soccer game for a meeting that could have been an email? The system depends on you not knowing this. Here's what's provable. I receive $5,833 per month in dividend income. That's not a projection. That's not a best-case scenario. That's cash hitting my account every single month, whether I work or not, whether the market goes up or down, whether my boss is happy with me or not. $5,833, rain or shine. Quick question. What's your current salary, and what would your life look like if dividends covered it? Would you keep your job, quit, go part-time, travel, spend time with your kids? Drop your number in the comments. I read every single one. I want to know what freedom actually looks like for you. Because it's different for everyone, and that's the point. Quick disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not selling courses on how to get rich. I'm just someone who figured this out early and feels obligated to share it. Everything here is my own journey. Your situation is different. Your risk tolerance is different. Your timeline is different. Do your own research. Talk to people you trust. But at least understand what's possible. Because most people don't even know this path exists. The alternative path. There's a path most people don't see. Instead of saving until you have 25 times your salary in a balance, you're afraid to touch, because drawing it down means it disappears. You build income-generating assets that pay you every single month. Your balance stays, your income grows, and you're not watching your net worth shrink every year you're retired. That's the alternative path. And once you see it, the 40-year plan looks insane, like genuinely crazy. Who came up with this? Why did we all agree to it? How I built 70,000. I started at 35 with nothing. Well, not nothing. I had money saved and a lot of questions. I became focused and started investing heavily, not saving. People thought I was broke. I wasn't. I was focused. Every dollar I didn't need went into high-yield dividend ETFs, not speculative stocks, not crypto gambles, not the next Amazon. Income machines. Assets that pay me whether I show up or not. $70,000 per year in dividend income. $5,833 per month. Every month. Rain or shine. Bull market or bear market. Good economy or bad. That's my reality. And I'm 11 months away from not needing my job at all. 11 months, not 30 years, not 20 years. 11 months. The freedom math. Here's the math that changed my life. 15% average yield on high-yield dividend ETFs. Some pay monthly, some pay quarterly. Average it out, 15%. $566,000 invested equals $85,000 per year in dividend income. That's my salary, fully replaced. That's 6.67 times your salary, not 25 times, not $2 million, not some impossible number that keeps you working until you're too old to enjoy it. 566,000, and I'm already at 466,000. I'm 70% there. The monthly reality. This isn't theory. Every month, distributions hit my account. Technology companies, gold miners, energy infrastructure. Bitcoin exposure through income funds. They don't all move together. When tech dips, energy rises. When stocks fall, gold holds. I'm not trying to pick winners. I'm not trying to beat the market. I'm building a diversified income machine that pays me regardless of what the market does. That's the difference between wealth and income. Wealth is what you have, a number on a screen, a balance in an account. Income is what you get, cash flow, money hitting your account, groceries, rent, life. I'm focused on income, always have been, always will be. What 70% means? I'm 70% of the way to full salary replacement. That means I need $15,000 more in annual dividend income. 15,000 divided by 0.15 yield equals 100,000 more invested. At my current savings rate, $9,000 per month after expenses. That's 11 months, less than a year. Then my job becomes optional. Not because I'm rich, because my income is replaced. And that changes everything. The conversation with my boss changes. The Monday morning feeling changes. The I have to do this becomes I'm choosing to do this. That's freedom, not a yacht, not a mansion, just options. The math is simple. The execution takes discipline, but it's not complicated. The risk question. People ask, what if the dividends get cut? Fair question. And I'm going to be honest with you. I own funds with 50 to 100 companies inside each. For my income to disappear, every single one of those companies would have to stop paying dividends simultaneously. That's never happened. Not in 2008, not in 2020, not ever. Even during the Great Depression, some companies kept paying. So here's my question back to you. What's riskier? That scenario, where 100 companies all stop paying at once, or depending on one employer for 100% of your income, one layoff, one restructuring, one bad quarter, one personality conflict with a new boss, and your income is gone, just gone. I'll take the diversified income over the single point of failure job every single time. You're at a choice point right now. You can continue trading hours for dollars with a salary ceiling that your boss controls, or you can start building parallel income. That compounds, whether you show up or not. One path keeps you employed until 65. The other path gives you options in your 40s, maybe even your 30s. The choice is yours. But at least now, you know the alternative exists. Most people never even see this crossroads. They just follow the path in front of them because it's the only one they know about. You're different because you're here. You're asking questions. You're looking for the exit. And I'm telling you, it exists. I put together a free guide, 7 retirement myths, costing you 20 extra years. It breaks down the math, the timeline, the exact asset classes I use, high-yield dividend ETFs, income-generating closed-end funds, the stuff that actually pays you monthly. Link in the description. See if it makes sense for your situation. Just information most people never get. The community. If you want to see exactly what I'm buying and when, and join others building the same path, that link is there too. It's a community of people who aren't waiting until 65. We're building freedom now, sharing what works, learning from what doesn't. We're not gurus. We're not millionaires teaching courses. We're just people who figured out the alternative path exists, and we decided to take it. Next video, the exact $15 per day strategy that makes this possible for anyone, even if you're starting from zero. Watch it if you want the step-by-step. Your time is already moving. Whether you're paying attention or not, whether you're building something or not. The question is, what are you building with it?